So it is like 10 o'clock at night. During the day, it is 90 something degrees in here. I am usually not in here during the day. So I have to do my filming at night. I have to do my feeding and my maintenance at night. Plus I work night shift. I usually don't come home until about 9:30-ish, 10 o'clock-ish. So yeah, that's why I'm here right now up when I should be sleeping. Today's video, I'm going to explain what's been going on since 2020. I haven't uploaded anything. I've just been busy working on breeding for profit, which didn't go too well last year. I ended up with way more fish than I anticipated. Had a lot of buyers though, still made some money. But it was more money to keep my hobby going, which was the purpose of it. But like I said, still ended up with a lot of fish. By the end of the fall last year, our fall here ends like October-ish, and then it starts getting really cold just before Thanksgiving. I didn't have enough tanks to put everybody from outside inside. I had over 200 guppies and endlers, and I ended up losing a lot of them. I still have probably, want to say 20% of the bettas that I bred last year. I still have most of them. I didn't order any more guppies, like as much guppies and endlers as I did last year for breeding for profit, just because I realized the local market here isn't that great. Welcoming myself back to YouTube. I am not promising that I can be a consistent channel. Of course, I like to do this for fun. I like to pretty much do like a little diary of what's going on in my life, fish-wise and animal-wise. So last year, this rack right here was nothing but breeding for profit. I had four or six tubs on this rack right here, and I was breeding bettas. I had tons and tons and tons of fry. All of the fry all of the bettas that I thought were desirable to the locals here. I don't have time to ship. I don't have time to go to the post office and mail off bettas. I just didn't have the time back then, and I still don't have the time now. So instead of doing that this year, I decided to kind of take myself away from breeding for profit for a little bit and focus more on scaping tanks. So essentially, this is the display rack. I will be changing up some things. I think I'll keep the tins here. I have to make enough room for everybody that is outside. I made that mistake last year of not making the room for what fish are outside to come back inside during the winter time. Even a heater did not keep them nice and toasty. The only things that survived outside very well, like thrived, were the shrimp that I had. I have yellowback shrimp that I got from Sergeant Tank. And now I have yellowback shrimp from Sergeant Tank and also LR Bretts. So those are my outdoor breeding projects that I have going on. And this rack, which used to be my grow out rack, is now called the amphibian rack. I will be adding some more amphibians to this rack. For sure one more, because there's an empty tank up there. Well, that's not the tank that's going up there. I'm actually escaping another tank. And during the pandemic last year, I also got a cat. This is Champa. He's my little 8-month-old kitty. It is now home to my Pac-Man frogs. Right here we have Mrs. House. And I'm gonna be really careful with this lady right here. I got pothos everywhere. Oh, she buried herself, but this is Miss Waffle. Down here I got Wasabi. And over here I got Coffee. So over here in this area, this is the display rack. You got the amphibian rack. over here there used to be a bunch of tanks. This was the 20 long rack. Now it's just random storage. We got some petrified wood. If I can pick it up. These are waiting for escape. I got some Syrian stone in here. A bag of pool filter sand. I got this really nice bag of rocks. And I'll show you guys what they look like when they're wet. We got them over here soaking in a bucket. This is what they look like when they're wet. The bag says that they're black stones, but these are clearly gray. Yes, Champa, thank you for inspecting. But that pretty much is what's going on over there. For the winter time, that's where those winter tanks will go. The display rack up here. I'm actually replacing all of my stupid Tetra Whisper pumps. And I'm going to be using this pump right here. I've had this pump for like 2 months and I have yet to set it up because I don't know how many fish tanks I'm going to put on this rack. Definitely not going to have that there. My daughter has been throwing rocks in it. Probably not going to put anything there either. So yeah, that's pretty much the fish room. Like I said, this is just random crap here. Got frogs outside. I do recycle all of my glass jars. They always come in handy. All my air tubing, well, my water tubing. Extra filter over there. Some springtails. Yeah, that's what's going on over here. Just a big old mess. And also behind me, well, kind of behind me. Behind me is my 75-gallon tank. It was sold to me as an 80, but I think it is a 75-gallon tank. Now, if you really have been paying attention and keeping up with me, excuse me, you guys are a little bit crooked, you would think that, oh, this is just the 60-gallon that was in the living room that you're trolling us with, and this isn't really 85 gallons. No. Well, 75 gallons, but oh no. That tank is still in the living room. And going back to my twins, who are almost 3 years old. So I rarely film that tank, mainly because it's in the living room. There's a lot of noise going on. I usually don't get a chance to explain anything going on in that tank or get a good shot filming at all. And unfortunately, I lost a lot of my rainbow fish. The incident happened actually not too long ago, and I've had to secure the lids a little bit better than I have been doing. My oldest twin ended up throwing some things into the tank. It's nothing new, it happens a lot. The lids on that tank are the same as this. These are some really thick, heavy glass lids, and she wasn't just able to lift those lids. She has really good aim. Mind you, a 60 tall is about almost 2 feet tall. And that tank is actually sitting on a custom stand that was meant for a 90-gallon. So this stand is actually, I want to say, maybe 3.5 feet off the ground itself, and then you have another 2 feet, and then you have the glass lids. Well, there's maybe a 3-inch gap in the back between the glass lid before it hits the back of the tank, and my oldest twin was able to throw something from the ground into the tank, and it ended up killing most of my rainbow fish. And I also added a tapestry to the fish room as well. I'm trying to give you guys a sense of the size of this room and everything, and doing a terrible job at this because my camera's still on the tripod. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I got Champa here sitting in a chair. with a Michael's Fishroom t-shirt, which I absolutely love. I think I bought it a size too big, and it's a little big on me. I was gonna wear it for the video, but it's kind of like sagging off of me and you can't see the logo, so there's that t-shirt. I guess to give you guys a better scale of things, I could have just sat right here and just talked, but you guys couldn't see the 75-gallon in front of me. But anyways, this is what I've been doing to the fish room. I'm gonna try to do more of my relaxing skate videos where I don't really talk, I just skate the tank. I'm really good at those type of videos because me trying to explain what's going on isn't the best. Stop biting me. My fish room 2021, I will do a more detailed tour coming up where I talk about every single tank that is in here, outside, pond, whatever. Last year's breeding for profit, like I said, wasn't that great until I get a chance to run to the post office, which probably won't be for another 2 years, to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to breed bettas again. So I thought I had a very well thought out plan. I thought I had everything that I needed to sell bettas. I already know how to breed them. I already know, the conditions that they need to be in. I know how to grow them up. I know pretty much all of that part. The part that I wasn't anticipating on was not a lot of buyers, and it wasn't the right time. It was during the pandemic. A lot of people weren't working. A lot of people were trying to budget more. People were still buying fish, of course, but it was just bad timing. And like I said, if you want to breed bettas, you got to be able to ship to them. Your local fish store gets a better offer through vendors than you'll ever get trying to sell back to them, unfortunately. Even trying to trade out a couple hundred for just one thing of bloodworms, it's gonna really break the bank, unfortunately. And I'll probably make a video on that a little bit later, but for now, this is my update for 2021. I hope to see you guys on the next video coming up this Tuesday. I want to show you guys something pretty funny. So this is Coffee. He's my chocolate Pac-Man frog. And his tank constantly grows mushrooms. And every time they grow, he will sit on them. Oh, he's not doing it right now, but you see him over there in the corner? Let me see if we can get a better look. But he's always sitting on his little toadstools. But of course not for the video. He's going to sit over there when usually he sits right on top of them.